Good morning, guys. Thanks for joining me for another What I Eat in a Day as a vegan, and we're back on Slimming World now. So really excited to get back into it. I just feel like I lost control, not totally, but a lot. I lost a lot of impetus, shall we say, over Christmas and New Year. So really looking forward to being back on it. So with that, today is Monday the 4th of January. I'm working from home as normal at the moment, and I'm gonna make some porridge for breakfast. Now, one of my favourite YouTubers is Jess Beautician. She makes the most beautiful videos and her food is just to die for. She makes vegan food. It's not Slimming World focused at all. It's just lovely vegan food, but she's definitely got a lot of adaptable recipes. And this morning for my porridge, I want to try and follow her porridge recipe because she always makes it sound so amazing, and I thought it would be really fun to like do it in a similar way to that she does it, and then go from there, because I don't think it'll be that many syns, to be honest with you. So her recipe calls for half a cup of porridge oats to 3 cups of water. Now, obviously with Slimming World, generally we aim for 40 grams of oats because that is a healthy extra B choice. And as you can see, I've been busy measuring, weighing, etc. so I can do this. But this is a half cup measure, and my 40 grams of oats, as you can see, are in there, but they're not quite full. And then if we just do this, you can see, okay, it's now, 40, exactly, there we go. So you can see that that is 40 grams. So all we need to do is just bear that in mind for our, ratios, and just make it slightly under half a cup. So 3 just under half cups of water, if you see what I mean. Hopefully that's relatively clear. Either that, or you could just put in an extra, I don't know, I guess it would be maybe another 10 grams of oats to make it to a full half cup. And that would probably be 2 syns, I think, extra to do that. But I'm just going to stick with the 40 grams just to keep it nice and simple. So I'm just going to put them aside, and what we want to do is bring 1.5 cups, or just under in our case, of water to the boil with a little pinch of salt. So that's what I'm going to do now. Right, we have boiling water, so now we just add in the oats very gently, in her words, bit by bit, and then, okay, that's fine, and then give it a stir. But I'm also going to turn it right down at this point, because you have to put the lid on and just leave it to simmer gently for 20 minutes. Let the oats simmer for 20 minutes on a very low heat with the lid on. Meanwhile, I've got the bananas going. I've just used a teaspoon of rapeseed oil for those, but I'll talk more about them in a minute. First, I just wanted to take these off the heat for a second, give them a really good stir, and I've just popped the heat right down there. So, the bananas, Jess uses coconut oil. I've used rapeseed oil. I just used a spray one, but I used a teaspoon, same as her, which is 2 syns. And then all you're going to do, or all I did, or tried to do, is you're just going to do it so that the sort of both sides of them are browned off and not crispy, but caramelized, I guess is the word. And yeah, they look a bit like that. I mean, I think I did mine overcooked slightly. You want to add just under half a cup of plant milk to the oats and let that continue simmering on a low heat. To make the miso caramel, it's just a teaspoon of miso with a tablespoon of maple syrup, and then just drizzle about half of it over the bananas. To the finished porridge, I'm adding just under 100 grams of Alpro Greek style, which is just half a syn. You can use whichever yogurt you like. I think Jess uses a vanilla Alpro yogurt. And then just give it a good mix in to get it all nice and creamy. And then top it with the bananas and the rest of the miso maple caramel. And here we have the finished product. So I'm hoping this is going to be really tasty because it was quite a lot of effort. And yes, but it does look nice, and I'm looking forward to eating this.
I'm just going to say it, that breakfast was not for me. If
you like really creamy porridge and you know, but slightly salty caramelized banana, then absolutely, yeah, you may well like it. I also like those things, or I thought I did, but yeah, it's that particular recipe is not for me again. Let's talk about it in Slimming World terms. So the syns come from the oil that you cook the bananas in, so it's just 1 teaspoon, so that's 2 syns. The maple syrup in the caramel is 1 tablespoon, so that's 2 syns. And then in mine, the yogurt I used was half a syn for 100 mils. So again, that's half a syn. Sorry, 100 grams, not 100 mils. The plant milk in there was just slightly over 100 mils. So I'm going to call that a quarter of my first Healthy Extra A. I may come back later and syn it if I need to, but that's what we'll call it for now. And the oats are, of course, Healthy Extra B, and everything else is syn free. The bananas I am not synning because they are not cooked as such. You do need to syn cooked or mashed bananas, but these, as far as I'm concerned, are not actually cooked and they're still in their like whole form. It's just kind of the outsides that you're doing. Now, the reasons that I probably didn't like mine so much was because I did burn the bananas a bit, and also my bananas were quite overripe to begin with, so, and that's not my favourite type of banana, to be honest, so that didn't help. And then for me, the porridge was too creamy. It was, yeah, as it transpires, I like mine a bit chunkier, so that's the reason why. But if you like that kind of thing, then absolutely go try it. Jess has some lovely recipes on her channel, and yeah, as I said, she's one of my favorite YouTubers. Her videos are so incredibly slick. So I'll leave a link in the description to the video that has that particular recipe on it, and from there obviously you can go and check out her channel. Like I said, it's not a Slimming World channel, it's a vegan channel, but yeah, her recipes are the bomb. So right now it's nearly 10:30. I'm just having my first coffee of the day. This is usually about when I would have breakfast, but because I knew it was going to be a bit of prep time to try that recipe this morning, I did it at about 7:30, because I start work at 8, and so I knew I wasn't going to have time. But that meant that I was sort of eating it at like 8, and then, I mean, I took quite a long time to eat it, to be honest, but yeah, so it's been like 2 hours and I still feel a bit gross. And I think it's just because it was like so creamy and it's just not sitting well with me. So yeah, you don't really need to know that, I guess. Anyway, I'm having my coffee. This is just my normal coffee with 100 mils of Alpro almond barista milk, which is 1 syn. So that puts me on 5.5 so far today. It is lunchtime and I'm currently like going, what the hell can I eat? I've got loads of food in, I'm just indecisive. So I was thinking, I've got a couple of jackets that I cooked the other day. So I'm thinking that I'm just gonna microwave them. I've got a tin of beans and I've got some cheese, vegan cheese. So I can just use that as my Healthy Extra A, and I'll have some salad on the side, and that is a syn-free lunch. Boom. I changed my mind because I didn't really fancy baked beans. And then it suddenly occurred to me when I opened the cupboard to get them out, even though I didn't really fancy them, I was like, oh my God, sweet corn, cheesy sweet corn is the best. So this is my actual lunch, and the salad did actually fill up like 2/3 of the bowl, but then it got squashed when I put my potatoes and corn in. So yeah, I just microwaved up my jacket potatoes that I cooked the other day. I've got probably about 2/3 of a tin of sweet corn, with 70 grams of cocoa vegan cheese, because it would have been 80 for the 2 Healthy Extra A's, but obviously I used a quarter of a Healthy Extra A earlier this morning on my almond milk, so therefore I took a quarter off, so 70 grams. And then my salad, oh, and there's garlic and herb seasoning in there as well. And then my salad is like a mixture of like a baby leaf Italian salad and a rocket salad. And then there's obviously tomatoes and red onion. And I've done a small drizzle of just some balsamic vinegar there and some salt and pepper to top everything off. So this is actually syn-free, but obviously using essentially both my Healthy Extra A's for cheese. Hey, it's currently 2:30 and lunch was very nice, by the way. Hit the spot. I'm having a giant cup of my pucker after dinner tea and I'm having an Aldi chocolate orange rice cake bar. I really like these because they're a really decent size. I think they're like bigger than like a normal chocolate bar, like if you think of like a Mars bar or a Snickers, that kind of size. This is bigger, but obviously a lot lighter because it's rice cake inside, but it's just got chocolate orange flavoured chocolate on the outside, and they're so nice. And because they're quite big, they feel quite substantial even though they are light. These are by Aldi and they're accidentally vegan, and it's 85p for a pack of, I think it's 5 you get in a pack, and they're 4.5 syns each. So all in all, this is one of my absolute top Slimming World recommendations. Hey guys, so I'm just making some dinner. Hi Delta, and it's very, very basic. I'm essentially doing like a vegan chicken and vegetable tray bake. It's literally just, it's very plain. Let me show you. I mean, I don't want to sell myself short, but it is very plain. So this is a packet of the alt chicken pieces. Yes, they did expire yesterday, which is why I need to use them. So there we go, that's fine. Whatever. So I've got them. There's a whole cauliflower, there's a yellow pepper, there's a red pepper, there's a big red onion, and the last few tomatoes that I had on the vine. And then you can see the red stuff on them, and that is harissa spices. I love harissa flavours. It's really, really nice. It's not just spicy, it's got a bit more depth to it than that. So if you haven't tried it, definitely check it out because it's delicious. And then I've just used a bit of olive oil on there. I'm getting a bit fed up of fry light, to be honest. So I'm going to use a little bit more olive oil, but I've just used a tablespoon of olive oil, which is 6 syns, and then I've just mixed it all around with my hands. So there's not loads on there, but I'm expecting this to make at least 2 portions, if not 3. So yeah, we shall go from there. So I totally forgot to show you guys my finished bowl for dinner, but I have 2 portions left over. I didn't realise I'd made quite so much, but on the other hand, the chicken stuff needed using. I also added an extra 1/2 tablespoon of oil partway through cooking, just because it looked like it was drying out a little bit. So that made it 9 syns in total, but obviously I've got 3 portions out of it, and that makes 3 syns a portion. So here's my 2 that I've got left over. So they don't look massively appetizing just because obviously they're not that colourful. As you can see, there's quite a lot in there. But yeah, they're 3 syns each, and that'll be my lunches for tomorrow and the next day. So I'm making a hot chocolate now and my cup of tea. This is just my pucker, oh, I can't even get the thing, pucker nighttime tea. And I'm gonna make it a Galaxy vegan hot chocolate. I'm currently on 13 syns, and this stuff is 5 syns for your normal portion, which is 25 grams for a cup. I'm gonna do a big cup. So I think I'm gonna do double because it's pretty much double size cup. And I'm gonna top it with my squirty cream. This stuff is amazing. It's so nice and so creamy and sweet. And it's 1/2 syn for 2 tablespoons. So for 2 syns, I could have 8 tablespoons, which might be slightly excessive, but we'll see. Honestly, this hot chocolate is so good. If you guys have a Waitrose, because as far as I know, it's only in Waitrose at the moment, but if you've got one that you can get to, like, just go and get some, because honestly, it's so worth it. Now, a tablespoon is like that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I do bigger ones, I try and do a smaller one. 8. There we go. So that is 2 syns. Plus, obviously, the 10 for the hot chocolate, because I've made a double one, don't forget. So that is 12 syns, and that puts me on exactly 25 today, and I'm more than happy with that. I'm just happy to be on plan. And I must say, I've been craving hot chocolate at night at the moment rather than actual chocolate, so this is just my perfect treat at the moment at the end of the day. That's all from me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this back on plan video, and to be honest, I'm looking forward to the rest of the week because it's just, I feel it's just nice to be back on that Slimming World road again. I do wonder if I'll have gained this week because I was a lot more off plan than I was intending to be, but we'll see. It's fine. I just got to be on plan now. Anyway, thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Night night.